And now it's time for America's Talking, with headlines from across the country. More than 100 flights were canceled and another 1,200 delayed over the weekend at North America's 7th busiest airport for passengers. The Center Square managing editor Alan Wooten reports from Charlotte Douglas International Airport, where 90% of flights are operated by American Airlines, needs hundreds of TSA workers for passenger baggage and cargo areas. The TSA is within the Department of Homeland Security, and workers there missing a full regular check for the first time over the weekend. 3 days totaled 163 cancellations and over 1,200 delays. A statement to travelers last week said, due to the partial government shutdown, TSA staffing levels may affect security wait times. Travelers are encouraged to arrive early and allow additional time to pass through security screenings. We just got done talking with Carlene Johnson from Washington State, but other Washington headlines: state lawmakers narrowly passing a bill on the last day of session that eliminates a tax exemption for data center replacement equipment, despite bipartisan opposition. Tim Clouser with the Center Square reporting, Senate Bill 6231 out of Washington would have repealed the tax exemption for data centers entirely, but that version passed Thursday narrowed the scope, and the State House passed it by 51-46, with 8 Democrats siding with Republicans. The Senate passed the bill last month, 26-23, with 4 Democrats against. Eliminating the exemption was a key part of the Democrats' plan to push through a $2 billion spending increase. Large data centers in Florida are set to be regulated under a bill clearing the legislature there. The Center Square contributor Marilee Gasser reports that a bill passed the House of Florida 92-16 last week, but only after changes that watered down some of the bill's main protections. It now goes back to the Senate, where legislators there must decide if they agree with those amendments. The growing prevalence of data centers has been tied to increased monthly bills for consumers. Utility was requesting $29 billion in rate increases in 2025, according to the Environmental and Energy Study Institute. Simultaneously, residential electric prices increased by over 11%, outpacing inflation. A trade group representing social media companies and other big tech companies is suing to challenge Chicago's so-called social media user tax, saying that the tax, which Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is also called to replicate statewide, amounts to an unconstitutional taxation and discrimination against other online publishers. Legal Newsline reports the lawsuits filed March 12th in Cook County Circuit Court takes aim at Chicago's so-called social media amusement tax. That tax was imposed on the city in the beginning of 2026 after it was approved by the city council. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson chose neither to veto nor sign that ordinance, meaning it automatically took effect. And under the ordinance, the city would impose a tax of 50 cents per user after the first 100,000 users, as measured by user location data. But some social media companies saying they don't track that type of data. Supporters of the measure in Chicago say the tax will result in $31 million in new city revenue each year. And that's it for America's Talking with the Center Square Daily.